Hello friends, my name is Ryan. I'm going to tell you a story named The Woman Who Survived a Plane Crash and the Jungle, Juliane Koepcke story, which is a very amazing story full of twists. So, let's start. It was Christmas Eve of 1971, and 17-year-old Juliane Koepcke was on a flight from Lima to Pucallpa in Peru with her mother. The plane was packed with holiday travelers, all eager to reach their destinations. Juliane sat by the window, looking out at the vast Amazon rainforest beneath the clouds, unaware that her life was about to change forever. The flight seemed routine until turbulence hit. At first, it was just slight shaking, but then it became more violent. The passengers exchanged nervous glances, clutching their armrests as the plane jolted up and down. Suddenly, there was a flash of lightning, and the plane's cabin was illuminated for a brief, terrifying moment. Juliane's heart raced as the plane began to lose altitude rapidly. Within moments, chaos erupted. People screamed, oxygen masks dangled from above, and the cabin was filled with the sound of shattering glass and tearing metal. Juliane's mother held her hand tightly, trying to reassure her, but there was little comfort to be found. And then, the unthinkable happened, the plane broke apart mid-air. Juliane's seat, still attached to a row, was torn from the fuselage. She plummeted through the air, the wind roaring in her ears, as she watched the dense green jungle below come closer and closer. She was certain she was about to die. But then, darkness enveloped her. When Juliane regained consciousness, she was lying on the forest floor, still strapped to her seat. Her head throbbed, her collarbone was broken, and she had deep cuts on her legs and arms. She was alone, surrounded by the towering trees of the Amazon rainforest. The silence was deafening, broken only by the distant calls of birds and insects. She looked around in disbelief, her mind struggling to process what had happened. Somehow, she had survived a 2-mile fall from the sky. The jungle was both a blessing and a curse. It had cushioned her fall, saving her life, but now it threatened to take it away. Juliane had no food, no tools, and no idea how far she was from civilization. Her only possessions were the clothes on her back and a small bag of candy she found among the wreckage. Juliane knew she couldn't stay in one place. She remembered her father's advice from years ago: if you're ever lost in the jungle, follow the water. It will lead you to people. With determination, she began her journey, limping through the dense undergrowth. The jungle was unforgiving. She waded through rivers, her feet sinking into the muddy banks, and pushed past vines and thorns that tore at her skin. Each night, she slept on the ground, haunted by the sounds of predators lurking in the darkness. Days turned into a blur of hunger, pain, and exhaustion. Juliane's injuries became infected, and she was tormented by swarms of insects that bit at her exposed skin. Her only sustenance was water and the occasional piece of candy. She felt her strength waning but refused to give up. The memory of her parents, the thought of their love and hope for her, kept her going. On the 4th day, Juliane stumbled upon a small stream. It felt like a lifeline. She followed it, her pace slow but steady, knowing it might lead to a larger river and, eventually, to help. Along the way, she encountered the wreckage of the plane, a stark reminder of the disaster. The bodies of passengers were scattered among the debris. Juliane felt a wave of despair but also a renewed sense of purpose. She had to survive. She had to tell their story. On the 10th day, Juliane's body was weak, and her vision blurred from dehydration and malnutrition. She began to wonder if she would ever escape the jungle. But then, she heard a sound, a faint hum that didn't belong to the forest. Her heart leapt as she realized it was the sound of people. Following the noise, Juliane came upon a small hut where she found a group of local woodcutters. They were shocked to see her, a battered and emaciated teenager, emerging from the jungle. With their help, she was taken to the nearest village and, eventually, to a hospital. Her ordeal was over. Juliane's survival was nothing short of miraculous. She was the sole survivor of Lancer Flight 508, which had been struck by lightning and crashed into the jungle. Her story of resilience and determination captivated the world, and she became an inspiration to many. Despite the tragedy, Juliane's journey was a testament to the strength of the human spirit. So, friends, that was the story of Juliane Koepcke, the woman who survived a plane crash and the jungle. Isn't it incredible how courage and hope can lead us through the darkest times? If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more amazing tales, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Let's Try Everyday, where inspiration never stops. See you in the next story.